So now if you watch, in fact I'll put it over here where the fade out is from the first title.
Sunday, March 7th,
fades out. Here comes the overlay at the bottom.
51
Faded
years
right
ago.
And you can actually make this transparent slightly. I like to do that sometimes. See how I dragged it down and
her age, but
composite level?
I love
usually
her.
put it around there. Make it just a little bit transparent, kind of like those
I give
TV
her
logos.
a lot of credit for helping me and
I'm gonna
my
stretch this
roommate,
out even
my
more.
Aunt Tracy, through some rough times here recently. Anyway, have to say, happy birthday, Mom.
There we go. Let's stop the playback. And now I'm going to scroll out so that I have an all the way zoomed out picture. And I'm going to right click on that element and click copy, because I want this to be in two places. I'm also going to make it a little bigger. There we go. Now I'm going to put one at the end too. Paste. See, we have the exact same thing here towards the end of the video. There we go. And so now I'm done. I have another overlay here. I'll hit play.
So that they stay that way, and this is a nice.
If you watch the bottom, it's fixing to fade in.
For
3, 2, 1.
In fact, I don't know why I'm not. Well, I know why I'm not. Anyway, now I know I'm running out of time. Yeah, I'm at 9 minutes and 38 seconds. So
fade it out. So there we go. Now I'm ready to save. I've done all I want to this video. There are tens of thousands of things you can do in Vegas. This is only a primer, really, just to show you how I edit my videos. And normally I'm working at a 1080p resolution, so things aren't so crammed together. I'm recording this demonstration at 720p. So now we're going to encode the video to save it, basically, or render it. First I'm going to save the project, and as you can see I have all my blogs here. Blog project save. This will be 3/07/10, March 7th, 2010, and I have a 1 at the end because it's my first blog of the day. So now the project's saved. You definitely want to save your project often. I should have saved it every 2 or 3 steps, because Vegas can sometimes be finicky and crash on you, but it's well worth it in the end. Okay, so now I'm going to go to File and Render As. And since this is a blog video, which is mostly static, the camera's not moving around, I'm going to save this as a really low bitrate Windows Media file. So I'm going to go down here to Save As Type. File name will be named for you, the same as you named your project, so that's good. I'm going to go down here to Save As Type, and you have a lot of choices, but for uploading to YouTube or any other online video, especially when you're doing low bitrate stuff like blogs, Windows Media is actually the best. So I'm choose Windows Media Video. Make sure you don't choose Windows Media Audio accidentally. And then it gives you a list of templates. You can see the ones that are custom because they have a little equal sign next to them. So what I've done, and you can choose one of these templates to start off with, and I'm just going to show. I'm going to go to my template that I've already done, and I'll show you what to change. So this is 1 megabits, and what you do is choose a template and then click Custom. And I'm going to encode this video, since it's a blog, at a very low bit rate. So as you can see here, it's constant bit rate, and Windows Media Audio. You don't need to change any of that. My attributes, I've lowered the audio down to 48 kilobits a second. That's just basically because that's what my camera records at, so I see no reason to increase the bit rate artificially. There's no reason to do that. So as you can see, I've got 48 kilohertz mono. If your camera records in stereo or you're adding stereo audio, then you might want to raise this all the way up to 128 kbits stereo. So anyway, but don't change the format. Leave the format at Windows Media Audio 9.2. Don't change it to Windows Media Audio 10 Professional, because you'll be sorry. YouTube doesn't like it yet, and you'll just generally have trouble. Now on the video tab, you can see a list of tabs down here. Here's where you choose your encoding mode. For me, doing this quick blog, I just choose 1 pass CBR, which is just the CBR. You can choose Windows Media Video 9 Advanced Profile. By default, it's Windows Media 9. Advanced Profile just gives you a little bit better encoding, I think. Image size. Either choose Keep Original Size or go in and click Custom and manually enter. In this case, for me, it's 1280 by 720 because it's 1280 by 720 video. You can use Keep Original Size and it'll keep the original size of the video, which is perfectly fine. Frame rate, again, make sure this is set at 30 frames a second. You will probably have to type it in manually because it doesn't come by default in this list. So make sure you type in 30 frames a second. Just type in 30. Seconds per keyframe, make sure you change this to 1. By default, it's at something like 3 or 5. Change it to 1. Very important. Otherwise, you'll get a really blocky picture, and it'll kind of go blocky and then get better, and blocky and then get better. And basically, a keyframe is a reference frame. It's hard to explain what a keyframe is without going into a lot of detail. Under video smoothness for this blog, I'm just going to leave it set at 70. If you're recording something really, with a lot of action and you want the details to be as sharp as possible and you're choosing a really high bit rate, you could drag it all the way up to 90. Beyond 85 or 90, there's no noticeable difference. Anyway, for this blog, I'm leaving it set at 70. Now, I've clicked on the bitrate tab. And as you can see here, you got target bit rates. Generally, you only want to check one of these for uploading to YouTube. The more you check, the more streams it encodes in the video, and the bigger the video is going to be. And that's one of the things with Windows Media. You can give it multiple bitrate options so that if someone's trying to play it on a dial-up modem, then they'll be able to play it. Or if someone's playing on a DSL, a slow DSL 768K, then they'll be able to play it. Or if someone's playing it on the internet, they'll be able to play it. Generally, for uploading to YouTube and for general working and archiving, you want to just check 1. And I've put in manually 1M, which means 1. You can change this to anything you want. If I want to record this at 6 megabits a second, then it would. For video blog, I put in manually 1M, which means 1 megabit a second. Not a megabyte a second, this is megabits. Remember, there are 8 bits in a byte. Everything is done in megabits or kilobits when you're talking about video bit rates, not bytes. So, that's done. Index summary, you really don't need to. You can do it and put in title, author, and all that crap if you want. I don't do it. Again, very important, under the last tab, project, rendering quality, change this to good. Do not change it to best. You will see no benefit and your encoding time will increase. There is no visible difference between good and best. This has been said time and time again by the engineers at Sony. So take it straight from the horse's mouth, and I've tested it multiple times. There's no difference. So now that I'm done, what you can do is, if you've changed a lot of options, you can go up here and type in a new name and then click this floppy diskette icon, and it will save your settings as a custom template that you can go back to later, so you don't have to type all the settings in again. I've already done this, so I'm not going to. So now I'm just going to click OK, and now I'm going to click Save, and it's going to start rendering. And it's going to take probably, I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 minutes. We'll see. I don't know if Fraps will keep up while it's encoding, but we'll find out. I don't know. My voice might get real choppy here. But as you can see, it says approximate time left, and it's adjusting itself as it goes. 4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Generally, it takes about 10 minutes. And Fraps is, because I have Fraps recording right now, it's cutting into that time. So I'm going to stop it now, and I'll come back when the video is almost completely encoded.